Okay, in this video, I'm going to go through this question again and show you an alternative method for how you could go about solving it. So let's start by drawing the timeline out for this. So things start, well, the first thing that happens really is on the 1st of July 2020. So we'll start with that, 1st of July 2020. And what happens is £500 goes into the account. And then the next thing we're really interested in is the 1st of January 2021. And then every January afterwards. And the question is, what is the final amount on this day here? The key things that happen are £500 enters the bank on this day, £300 enters the bank on this day, £500 is deposited on this date, and on this date something different happens. £450 is taken out of the account, and we're asked about this final day here. Okay, if we think about the interest rates that are in effect, there's an interest rate here, which is all throughout 2020, which is a 5% per annum interest rate. The other interest rates that are relevant are between January, from January until July 2022. So I'll highlight this in blue. So this period here, there we go. This would be July. This period here, there's a different interest rate. It's 2%, and that's per half year. I'll just put a half to highlight that to myself. And then finally, there's this third interest rate from July to January, and this is 1% per month. In the last video, if you've seen that video, we've worked this out in one way. We considered it a payment at a time and did a multiplication for each one of these payments or transactions. What we'll do this one is have a different look and a different view of things. What we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves, okay, how much is in the account? First of all, how much is in the account on the 1st of January 2021? So the current amount in the bank is £500. There's an interest rate of 5% in effect during that period, and it's in there for half a year. Okay, and if you do that in your calculator, £500 multiplied by 1.05 to the power of a half, you're going to find that in the bank is £512 and 35 pence. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is ask ourselves, okay, how much money is going to be in the bank on the 1st of January 2022? Well, on the 1st of January, what we've just worked out here, £300 comes into the account, so the new amount in the account would be £812.35, just added £300 there. And then during this period, it would be earning interest of 2%, and that's per half year. So because it's in there, because we're interested in this 1 year that's happened, okay, it's been in there for 2 time periods, as it were. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to times this number by 1.02 to the power of 2, and we're going to get £845 and 17 pence. And I round it to 2 decimal places and make my screen slightly larger here. I've just got a bit more space. Right, okay, this one, we're now here. So this is the time period we're in. And the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to have £500 added to the account. So that's going to take the amount we've got to £1,345 and 17p. Again, I've just added £500 there. Now, just to make this easy for us, I'm going to just be interested in the amount on the 1st of July 2022, because I'll just deal with these interest rates, as they're in effect. So we're going to times this by, it's still the 2% interest rate, and it's in there just for one more period of time. Okay, and that's going to be £1,372. Let's put the pence down here, and 7 pence. Okay, so all we're doing is just working down our timeline. I'm now going to be interested in this period of time from the 1st of July to January, the 1st of January 2023. Notice that no money's coming in or out, so I'm not going to change this. This is still going to be 1372 and 7 pence. And this interest rate now is going to be 1% per month. And I'm just calculating it for this 6-month period here. Okay, let's write my answer down here. So I'm going to times this by 1.01 to the power of 6. And that's going to be £1,456 and 48 pence. So now we're sitting here, and we've only got one more thing to do. We're just trying to work out the 1st of January 2024. Well, notice that £450 is removed from the account. So let's just take £450 away from here. So actually that's going to take us down to £1,006 and then the 48 pence. Okay, so I've just taken the £450 there, and it's in there for a year at 1% per month. So there's 12 months in the year. So I'm going to times that by 1.01 to the power of 12. And when I do that, I get £1,134 and 13 pence. So if you've seen the previous video, you'll see that we've got the same answer, which is obviously a good sign. There's probably more working out here. We've not, in the last video, we did this in one calculation. We just typed one thing into our calculator, hit the equals button, and we got our answer. You may find that you prefer this method. You may like going step by step. It gives you, a chance to pause and really think about what you're doing, and make sure that you're happy with what you're doing. That's great. Otherwise, you can use the other method. But I thought it'd be interesting to see both versions side by side.